This is Josh Bycer from GameWisdom.com. I hope you enjoyed this Critical Thought, your daily discussion on game design. Welcome to today's Critical Thought. Before we get going, as always, thank you to currently 971 subscribers here on YouTube. We are getting up there to 1,000. For you first-timers, be sure to like and subscribe, as we are getting there, hopefully, by the end of the month. Got another prop for you today that has nothing to do with today's Critical Thought, but wanted to show it off. My copy of Bloodborne is finally here, which of course means I got some playing to do on the Twitch stream, and be sure to check out those videos, hopefully coming to the YouTube channel in the coming days. For today's Critical Thought, we are going to be talking about quality of life mechanics or systems. I'm not sure if that's the accepted term, but it's one that I've used a lot over recent years. These are systems or mechanics designed to make your game more accessible or easy to play. They're the antithesis of fun pain mechanics that we talked about on a previous Critical Thought. Now, quality of life is one of those very weird kind of ideas to talk about, because when they do their job right, you don't really notice them at all, which also makes it very hard to point out explicit examples of good quality of life mechanics. And for those of you watching, if you have any good suggestions or no good examples, be sure to leave them in the comments below. When we talk about quality of life, this also includes accessibility options, colorblind mode, subtitles, having options for specialty controllers for people who are disabled. And while they are part of quality of life mechanics, not every quality of life mechanic is an accessibility option. And accessibility in of itself is another big topic we can talk about at a later point. When it comes to video games, the easier you make your game to play or to get into, obviously the more accessible it's going to be, and the better it's going to be for your title overall. And quality of life mechanics don't necessarily sink or swim the game, but they can certainly add to it and make it easier to play. Think of them like secondary features or options on a car: air conditioning, GPS, power steering, etc. They're not going to make your car drive better, but they're going to improve the experience of driving that car. And quality of life systems are not something that you have a set checklist that works for every game. It's really based on the game and the genre in question. For instance, if I'm playing an ARPG and I'm having trouble keeping my inventory sorted, have an auto sort feature. That would be an example of quality of life. If I'm playing a grand strategy game and I'm having trouble managing my cities, planets, solar systems, whatever, how about having a galaxy menu like on the side here that shows, all my planets, what they're building, what their resource profits are, etc. We can even talk about things like hotkeys, temporary saves, quick loads, you name it. And like I said, it's very hard to come up with exact examples because these are elements that we will normally take for granted when we play video games. With that said, of course, when they're not in a game, they stick out like a sore thumb. Playing a RPG that doesn't let you easily see stat comparisons when you're switching between different gears. Again, not having a quick save or a quick load really can be a pain in the butt there. And like I said, when you have quality of life mechanics, they're not going to save a bad game. But these are elements that if you don't have them, the player base will notice, and they can become annoyed with your game without even realizing that they missed these features. Again, playtesting is the key word for today. You're going to want a lot of people looking at your game to try and figure out where these pain points are, where these frustrating elements are in your game's design. And then you should try to figure out ways to either mitigate them or remove them outright. Even having options to have more inventory spaces or unlock them through play, reducing travel time or grinding. Again, anything that will make it easier for people to enjoy your game is a quality of life mechanic. Now, as I said a few minutes ago, quality of life is the antithesis of fun pain. Sorry about that. And because of that, in our previous talk on fun pain mechanics, I mentioned how when many games make the free-to-play transition or are free-to-play to begin with, they will usually be inspired by quality of life mechanics for their fun pain systems. I mentioned DC Universe Online with restricting inventory space or how much money you can hold at a single time. MMOs or free-to-play games that have energy mechanics or long time limits before you can do stuff that can be reduced. And unfortunately, this is one of those cases where if something's a quality of life mechanic, it could become restricted or a part of a price or a currency or a premium currency to become a fun pain mechanic. And the example that I have for today is from Let It Die, which by the time you're watching this, part 1 of a 2-play series should be up on the Game Wisdom YouTube channel. If you want to see more, be sure to let me know. And what Let It Die is a free-to-play roguelike. And what happens is you have a in-game currency and you have a premium currency. When you die, you can spend premium currency to revive your character, and there's a lot of options in the game that are locked behind in-game and premium currency purchases. For instance, if you want more inventory slots so you can carry more, you have to subscribe to the game's 30-day premium subscription package, which is at this point is not a purchasable option, but will be, I believe, in the coming days. But the part that really gets on my nerves is that it is a roguelike, meaning of course you die, you have to restart, but the game only saves your progress when you're back in the hub area. If you die, or I'm sorry, if you quit your game or you get disconnected from the servers and you're not in the hub area, your character will be killed instantly. And when you come back, you will have to spend currency to bring that character back. And here's the kicker. There is a way to suspend your game, if you have to go somewhere or you have to stop playing for a little bit, but you have to spend a lot of in-game resources or convert premium currency over to it in order to buy these one-time consumable items in order to suspend your game. And that is not good design. And for all you game designers, would-be designers, or students watching this right now, write this next part down because it's very important. You never, ever interfere with someone's ability to save their game. Even games that use an in-game lore reason for it really straddle that line. I'm talking about games like Resident Evil that have a limit of saves thanks to the typewriter ribbons, or Dead Rising that only lets you save at those specific mirrors or in the bathrooms. The thing is, saving is one of those very critical functions, especially for people with families and daily things to do. And interfering or preventing them from saving because of that is very inaccessible and really takes things into the fun pain category. And again, the problem with these kinds of fun pain mechanics is they will piss people off, and if you piss them off, most likely they will not spend money on your game or keep playing it. And again, when you have a feature as pivotal as saving in a game, to restrict that or put a price tag on it is really not how you want to design your game. We're going to wrap up today's critical thought here. Again, this is going to be a quicker one. It is disgusting out right now, so I have to go get ready for my Bloodborne play. But again, quality of life is something that any game, pretty much regardless of genre, can have some elements of these kinds of mechanics. Again, something as simple as a quick save, quick load, to advanced features like auto sort, management systems, and of course the as aforementioned accessibility options. But the only way you're going to know for sure where you can enhance or improve your game is through play testing. Get people who have never played your game before to look at it and see what they are struggling with. If a lot of people find that your minimap doesn't do anything, look into improving minimap functionality. If it's difficult to find information on your unit list, enhance that, or figure out ways to sort or arrange them better to the eye and to someone who's looking for that information. Like I said, as long as you can cut down on frustrating elements and these pain points, the more accessible your game will be, and the more overall people will find it favorable. As I said at the start, quality of life mechanics aren't going to make a bad game good, but they are elements that will keep people playing or push them away. And like I said, when you do your job right, you won't even notice these mechanics at all. But for those of you who have noticed them and have some good examples, once again, leave them in the comments below. With that said, once again, thank you for watching today's Critical Thought. If you're enjoying everything, be sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Be sure to check back in the coming days for some Bloodborne footage, or catch it live on the Twitch stream. That's GW Bycer. Once again, I'm Josh Bycer from GameWisdom.com, where we examine the art and science of games. Be sure to check back for more great content coming real soon. Take care. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and of course share with your friends. It always helps out. For daily posts on all manner of game design and industry topics, check out game-wisdom.com. To support the site and everything that I do, be sure to check out the Patreon campaign. If we can hit goals, it will mean more content for everyone to enjoy, and I'll be able to support myself and my household. If you want to follow me, you can find me on Twitter at GWBycer for updates throughout the day and random thoughts from me. And lastly, you can find me on Twitch right over there at GWBycer for daily streams most nights around 10 Eastern. Thanks again for watching the video, and be sure to check out more great content coming to the Game Wisdom channel real soon.